Views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Hey everybody, super duper welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. For those of you that are just tuning in, howdy. For those of you that were listening to my previous show with Jack Perkins, welcome back. Great conversations there, Mr. Benny, I'd say. That's a good one. I love when I get somebody on that I can disagree with.
To agree and to disagree.
To disagree, but with respect.
Of course.
Absolutely.
There's always
with respect.
Respect around that.
I love that. And I'm going to have Jack back, and I can't wait to hear what kind of questions he's going to ask me. But welcome back, everyone. We've got Mychael Shane in the house, and this gets to be interesting as well. I mean, I got to pinch myself some days when I think about what I get to do, right? Have coffee this morning with friends, talk about old times, talk about coming to Seattle. You know, talk to Jack about Christianity, talk to Mychael about hauntings and spiritual infestation, and my gosh, how does it get any better than this? Mychael Shane joining us here today. For those of you that don't know who he is, of course, the host of the Mychael Shane Show, but he's a transphysical phenomenon medium. What does that mean? You're going to hear about it today a little bit. You know, there are some things that happen in Mychael's world that are hard to explain. You know, and when you see these things and you're in his healing presence and you take a session from him, you know, there's something that will change. And what is it? What is it that Mychael gets to hold for us? And what has that journey been like for him? You know, today we're talking about hauntings. Now, what does that mean for some of you out there? Well, I'll tell you what it means for me. It means I'm about a 10-year-old kid, or maybe a little bit older, and I come home from school, and I'm living in the Bronx. And, you know, we always go in our house from the basement, never go in from the top. And I go in the house, and I see sitting in the kitchen a man, a woman, and a child. And I see them in the house, and they dressed like pictures that my dad had of himself back in 20 years, 30 years prior to that. And they're in there, and they're not saying anything to me. And then I got scared, and I ran out, and I ran to my neighbor. And I had my neighbor run out to the house and come to the house, call the police. There were police cars in the Bronx. Everybody came to the house. They all came to the house, and they went in the house, and there was nobody there. Now, if you lived in the Bronx, you know one thing. We had a door in the back that you could get out of. The door was locked from the inside. There was no way anybody in the house could have gotten out. I insisted, and I do to this day, that I saw somebody in that house. I got punished for about a week for doing that because nobody was there and nobody believed me. So what is it about spirituality, about those visitations, those entities that get to rain on your parade or not? Mychael's joining us here today, and we're going to talk about hauntings. Mychael, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be here to speak with you.
Yeah, hauntings. Now, there are movies, hauntings. We got the movie The Evil Dead that's just rocking the box office right now. You know, a lot of things. We've got the house hunters, haunter people that go out into houses. There has been sort of this view now where a haunting used to be something that happened once in a while. Now we got reality television shows that are talking about this. more and more people paying attention to the energies. Can you talk a little bit about hauntings? What are they? And, what have you come to know happens with them?
Well, there's a few definitions of hauntings. When I was a little boy, I used to run around, play with my invisible friends, as they would call them. But I'd also see other spirits wandering around through the house, down in the basement, standing in the stairwell. And they were all either just standing there doing nothing. Some of them would go in and out of the wall and come back and, playing a little game with you. But it was never bad. It didn't scare me. For a while, I wasn't even sure that they were spirits. I just thought they were people, interdimensional type people. And because I had been taught that there are multifacets to our existence.
Mm-hmm.
The other part of haunting is the hauntings of those that are earthbound that have no idea how to get into the light, that hang out because they're connected to something familiar with an individual that's living. Like, for instance, if there's a heavy smoker in the physical and the spirit that passed was a smoker, they're going to connect and attach to the vibration and or the area of that spirit or that physical being.
Mm-hmm.
The other issue that's connected to hauntings is one that's not really a haunting at all. It's kind of like at the White House where they say they see Abraham Lincoln walking down the halls. What that is, it's an electrical byproduct signature of the energy of the individual that once dwelled in that building.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll see a form every once in a while, depending on the gravitational pull of the planets and stuff. You can see certain vibrations, but it's not an actual consciousness or a spirit. It is a signature of one that once dwelled there in that environment.
Well, Hollywood has sensationalized this, right? Where we many films. I think one of the best done. I would say one of the most well done films on this was the Nicole Kidman one, and I think it was called The Others.
Yes.
Because it had a really twist in the end, right? Mm-hmm. Did you see that little twist in the end?
Yeah, they ended up being the spirits.
Mm-hmm. And I love that because it gave us a different view. It wasn't the traditional, ooh, be scared kind of thing. And, these entities are all bad. But we've come, to hear from so many people that have different ideas about that. What is it about spirits that we should understand? Because are there good ones? Are there bad ones? What is it that would help us understand the phenomenon more in case, you had a little encounter?
Well, there is obviously good and bad in every facet of our existence. However, spirit itself, by and large, cannot harm you because they don't have that connection to consciousness in the physical. It's the physical consciousness that acts out upon the negativity. The subconscious doesn't act on the negativity. It exists within it, trying to figure a way to heal it. Mm-hmm. You see? So you put those two things together, it causes sometimes things that happen like cupboards coming open and dishes falling on the floor. That's scary, and you'd think that was a negative thing. But really, honestly, what that was the energy and the vibration of what was going on caused that to happen, but there was no negative intent behind the action.
So one of the things that I think all of us, let's just put it down to a common sense point of view. I'm a kid. I walk in my house. I see some peeps in there and they don't belong there. Yeah, that's not going to be. It doesn't matter if they're spirits or not. But as a child, they seemed very, very real to me. And I look back on that. And, I have a friend, and I think you met her. She had an encounter with spirit in Hawaii as a very, very young child. And so one of the things that we have is a misunderstanding about these entities, about spirit, but also what to do about them. The what to do about them. And I have some friends that, talk about having spirits in their house and they don't care, right? But other people, if that were me, I'd be like, you know what? The idea of somebody watching me shower just doesn't do it for me. But you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
it gets a little creepy, Mychael.
It does. Well, and the funny thing, you mentioned shower. That's usually where they appear.
I watch Psycho.
Because of water.
What?
Yeah. Water is a energy that spirit attaches to. So you'll see more spirit encounters during rainy days like today, in your shower, around that kind of thing, at a lake, at a river, an ocean, a pond, whatever, right?
Right.
And that's because they're attracted to that. But the thing is, you may have a haunting going on in your house,
mm-hmm.
and you don't care, but you should care, because you have to gather these spirits and help them into the light so they can move on their evolutionary process.
Mm-hmm.
You see, there's not enough education in the idea of spirit because for the most part, around 335 AD, Constantine the Great removed all reference of re-embodiment and reincarnation and spirit, the idea of spirit. And they talk about the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, right?
Yeah.
Well, what is the spirit? You see, it's a real energy. It's a living, breathing thing, because there's no death. I mean, obviously you don't breathe in spirit, but you
right.
get my point.
Right.
And there is a way to release them into the light. If you have a cranky spirit, like for instance,
cranky spirit, I like that.
You saw The Sixth Sense, right?
I did. Yeah. There were some cranky people, cranky spirits in that.
They were, but they were not trying to harm or
right.
attack this child.
Right.
They were saying, "Hey,
I'm here.
Yeah, I have some stuff I need you to deal with, so I can go into the light, and that's one way of doing it, by listening to what they need you to do, and it's never doing anything harmful. Now, you would think in the movie harmful was letting the father know that it was the mother that killed her. Well, that's
right.
not a harmful thing.
Right.
We can look at it any way we want to.
Mm-hmm.
But spirits, they attach because we get stuck in this thing called life.
Yeah.
And we leave behind those that we don't want to be parted from.
Mm.
And so we attach to that. And that's usually a human being, but it could also be your 1957 Chevy. You don't want to leave behind it, like that movie about the car.
Christine, is that what? Yeah. Oh, I can't watch that thing. That is a scary movie. What was that car? Was that a 57?
No, that was.
What was that car?
That was a Cadillac, I think.
Oh, I don't know. Uh-oh, Benny, trivia time. Yeah, but that's a scary movie, right? I mean, there are things. So, for example, for me, when my dog
58
passed,
Plymouth.
58 Plymouth.
58
All right,
Plymouth?
there
Okay.
we go. And that's a red car, I think, too. I don't remember. But we watch a movie like this, and here's the kind of really interesting thing, and we'll talk about it when we come back. What is it about our consciousness that relates to some of this? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Is most of the time in life, we're pretty good at dismissing things that don't make sense, where we don't have any experience. But there's something about the ghost thing that's got most people intrigued, even talking about it. So are we intrigued because we don't affiliate with that and it's new, or are we intrigued and really hold on to the idea because there's some essence of us that in fact understands that spirit more than our conscious mind can describe? We're going to take a short break. We'll talk about that when we come back. Mychael Shane's in the house, everyone. We will be right back with the Dr. Pat Show.
The Mychael Shane Show. Conversations with the Ascended Masters on Transformation Talk, radio.com, on the third and fourth Monday of every month at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. To connect with the Ascended Masters and raise your vibration, Call in for a live, on-air reading with Mychael and the Ascended Masters. Visit MychaelShane.com. That's MyChael, Shane.com. Or call 800-508-6437 to schedule a full healing session.
Tune in each Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the hit show Out of the Fog with Karen Hager, the Fog City Psychic. Spark your spirit and ignite your soul with spiritual conversation and enlightening guests that will help you get clear and catapult you into action. You'll meet metaphysical movers and shakers, intuitives, spiritual visionaries, and more. Want an on-air reading? Karen's down-to-earth style and lively curiosity delivers the compassionate, no-nonsense, intuitive advice that's become her trademark. Visit fogcitypsychic.com and book your reading today.
Are you struggling through difficult times? During these times of change, many of us need tools and support to help us get through. Julie Kleinhans is the host of the hit radio show Teaching from the Heart with Julie Kay and is a world-renowned life coach. Many of us are worrying about what will happen to our jobs, our homes, and to our lives. This is why Julie is offering a 40% discount through January 31st of 2013 to support you and your family through these difficult times. She'll teach you how to use energy tools that will help you relieve the stress and anxiety in your life. Julie is donating the net proceeds to victims of Superstorm Sandy through the organization All Hands Volunteers, a U.S.-based nonprofit dedicated to empowering disaster relief volunteers and rebuilding communities. Please call Julie at 516-639-8042. 516-639-8042 or email Julie at mindfocusgeneration.com for more details and to schedule a session.
Tune in each Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern Time on TransformationTalkRadio.com for The Awakening Radio with Patricia. This hit show awakens your dormant, divine, feminine energy. The Awakening Show is the next step on your evolutionary journey through life. Get ready to awaken the dormant seedings within you, your soul's encodement, power, and purpose, and bring this forward with confidence and clarity through the power of your own voice. This show promises to boldly go where you've been before. You just need to remember. Be inspired. Become rewired with The Awakening Radio. Visit awakeningradio.com for weekly topics.
She is seductive. She is passionate. She is possessive. She is pure evil. She is Christine, a 1958 Plymouth Fury, possessed by hell. Her previous owner is not alive to warn her present one. Once she lures you behind the wheel, you will be hers, body and soul. There is no place you can hide, no place you can run, and nothing you can do can stop her. Because how do you kill something that can't possibly be alive? Christine.
Are we live now?
You're quite welcome.
Oh, man, Benny, thank you for that, son. Thank you.
Original movie theater trailer.
Was that the trailer for Christine?
From 1983, yep.
Man.
Compliments
Wow.
to YouTube. Thank you, YouTube.
Thank you, Benny. Good job. Mychael Shane is in the house, folks. We are opening up the phone lines, and I want to just tell everyone what we're doing here as Mychael and I and Cheryl continue to talk. We have a couple of announcements, which we're going to make in a minute. But here's what we're going to do. We're opening up the phone lines for readings with Mychael during the show today. Find out what the messages are from the Ascended Masters for you. And we're going to do this in a kind of really interesting way. So for the first caller that's calling into the show for a reading, we're also going to give you a mandala. And correct, you want to tell us a little bit about that? Who wants to tell us? Cheryl, Mychael, tell us about that. And the call-in number, by the way, for the show. Sorry, folks. Thank you. I got a ping right away on that. 1-800-930-2819. Get called in, get in the queue to have a reading with Mychael and the Ascended Masters, as well as first caller that Benny beeps that button down, first caller is going to receive this mandala. Tell us about it.
Mandala is for some of us that have heard of Ashtar, is the sign of the Ashtar command, but it's also the signature of our existence that was given to us by Sanat Kumara over 40,000 years ago. It's a very protective mandala, a medallion that you would wear around your neck.
Yeah.
And it also will protect you from spirits as well that may not have a positive, intent.
Vibe.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about this for a minute because, I shared that story. It's probably maybe the first or second time I've ever shared that story, but about my childhood and seeing that. It wasn't the last time that happened to me. And, what I want to say is that, for people listening to the show today, there is a response that we have to something like that. How can you help us better understand, what causes us to be in fear, and what does one do when they've had an encounter as such?
Well, first off, why is it that we have such a fascination towards this?
That was my question. Why do we? But before the break, what is the attraction? Is it real or is it Memorex?
It's actually because we're still connected to it.
Mm-hmm.
The illusion isn't the spirit. The illusion is this physical stuff that we see around us.
Mm. So
when we leave here, we'll see the reality, which is the spirit world or the real, I guess you could call it. So that fascination it's connected to us. So we're a part of that. When you're not aware of this, what you can do is meditate. You can direct light at them, preferably white light. Okay, and I don't mean the white light from the bulb that's above our heads. Just an energy that you bring out from your heart. It's like a flaming energy of white fire. And you encapsulate these beings in the name of Mother, Father, God, Christ-like consciousness, and that's only that's in the positive. Okay, nothing but that, and it generally will work. If it's a you like this terminology, a cranky spirit.
I related to that when you said that. Yeah.
That spirit cannot harm you. Sure, it could push a glass onto the floor. Okay, even if they were to throw it across the room, it's not going to hit you. If it could possibly harm you, it will not hit you.
Okay.
Okay, and the reason is because we too have a defense mechanism inside of ourselves. In spirit, we are of the light. Therefore, nothing negative can penetrate that light.
What is it about our culture right now that has so gripped everyone? That show, the remake of, what is it, The Evil Dead, that hit the movie theaters, people are just like flocking to see that thing. I'm scared. I'm scared to watch the previews of that Evil Dead. I was scared of the first Evil Dead that came out, but yet there's a draw to it. There's a draw in, to looking at things in a different way.
Well, part of it's fear.
We go to see it because we're afraid?
We're afraid.
Oh, uh-huh.
We want to go.
Are we thinking we're not going to be afraid or what?
Well, it's the idea of scaring yourself.
Okay.
But we're also fascinated with the reality of it because can the dead come alive and crawl out of their graves and come and get us? No. That's not going to happen. Hollywood loves to put out there the negative. It's got to be bad in order for us to go. It's like sitting at home and you hear on the news that there's an explosion 5 blocks away. Everybody goes, "Oh, hey, let's go check out the explosion."
Oh, I hate that.
Right?
I don't do that.
Instead of staying home and finishing the barbecue.
Yeah, right.
Okay? It's that kind of human nature, you see. But there's also something else inside of that's also present. Okay? That fear of death. And you go to a movie, not necessarily The Evil Dead.
No, right,
okay?
right, yeah.
And you see that experience exists. You know, if you see it on TV or hear it on the internet, must be real, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, look at that Jennifer Love Hewitt show that was on forever.
Medium.
No, that was the other one. Medium was one of them. I loved Medium, by the way. But there was another one where she would see ghosts. I mean, you know, and her job was to go help everybody
Ghost
out there.
Yeah, Ghost Whisperer.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, wasn't it? That was James Van Prague helped create that.
Yes.
But part of this is we were fascinated by that. I mean, we entered that world. Millions of people every week enter that world. Yet we can believe in and really connect with it. I mean, people were talking about that. They were talking about the ghosts and stuff that she was, you know, meeting. But yet, for our own lives, when we see things, it's harder for us to accept them.
And that's, again, you go to a movie theater and you're trying to stimulate that fear. It's different than having it in your front room.
Right.
Okay? And here you got this spirit that's walking back and forth in your front room. You know, what are you going to do with it? And sometimes if they have a message they want to give you and their face looks worse every time you don't hear what they're trying to say, you know, it's a bummer. Or if it's something wakes you up at 3 in the morning, you know, 3:33 in the morning every morning. That
Linda's been having a little bit of that going on.
Okay, that there's a spirit trying to communicate to her. That because they feel that she can help them somehow, you see. So if we have a spirit in our home that's causing us problems, you can have that spirit released into the light.
Okay.
If a spirit tends to be a little bit more cranky, okay, it takes a little bit more than just giving them that encapsulation of light. All right? But in all the years, in the years that I've been here on this earth plane, I have not seen anything that I could say is a devil.
Okay.
Or a demon of sorts.
Okay.
Because I don't believe that they exist. I believe there's devilish beings, but an actual devil or a demon, things would be a lot different in our world if that was the case.
No kidding. I mean, you know, not only would it be different in the world if it were the case, but there would be. Sorry,
it was a little soon.
There would be. That was good. There would be a lot more angst going on. I mean, we'd be looking in every corner, every crevice, every door, every dark room we walked into. I do that now, but would be a whole lot more people doing that. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, Naomi, Jackie, we will get you on the phone with Mychael. Mychael Shane is in the house, folks. We've got lots of things to give away, lots to talk about. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with the Dr. Pat Show.
Join Deborah Diane's live clearing teleconferences to move through blockages with this extremely efficient modality that allows for simultaneous clearing for everyone in the group without having to discuss details or engage in processing. Deborah intuitively facilitates these sessions in a fast-paced and fun environment, so every call is unique to that particular group. You'll be amazed at the amount and depth of clearing benefiting everyone on the call. To register for a teleconference, go to consciousrepatterning.com and click on the Register tab to reserve your space in the next call.
Hi, I'm Michelle Bond. I'm the Vedic astrologer who shines a light on what you put into your body. Are you sick and tired of taking all the latest vitamins and herbs that promise to make you feel better and have unlimited energy but find they don't work? The reason they don't is because no two people are alike. There is not one fix for everyone. To find out how I can help you discover what will work for you, go to my website, themichellebondshow.com.
Are you frustrated by what's happening for you around sex and relationships? Do you long for something different without knowing how to create it? Susan Lazar-Hart of Right Relationship for You provides a fresh point of view and practical tools in a light, fun, funny, irreverent, and ultimately life-changing way. Get ready for a new possibility. Visit us at rightrelationshipforyou.com. That's rightrelationshipforyou.com. Tune into Intuit University, compassionate guidance, connecting you to your inner wisdom with internationally renowned psychic and medium Sherry Dillard. Each Thursday at 12 Pacific, 3 Eastern. Get ready for an hour of practical spirituality, fun, and a magic carpet ride into the spirit realm. This hit show is a combination of call-in readings and intuitive mentoring, as Sherry supports, inspires, and empowers you to create your highest good in relationships, career, finances, life purpose, spirituality, and more. For more information, visit SherryDillard.com.
Tune in to Peace World Radio, vibrant conversations to change the world with Christina Jans, each second Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern Time on TransformationTalkRadio.com and KKNW. This hit show is energetic, vibrant, and an engaging forum that's getting people talking. Christina brings you extraordinary and courageous people, bold in thought and action, who dare to dream that things can be different. Peace World Radio. Join the talk the world is having.
Before you make it, you start to freeze, and so it looks you right between the eyes. You're paralyzed, 'cause this is night, and no one's gonna save you from the beast about to strike. You know it's
Love that. Never get tired of Thriller, Benny. Ever. I was one of the first people to get the little Thriller video, the really long version of that video.
It's like 13 minutes.
Oh, my God. It was so wonderful. I loved it. Classic. Yep. Why do we relate to that? You know, what is it about shows that are out there now? Walking Dead. You know, what is our fascination with life after life, or even death after life? Or something about that. Mychael, thank you for joining us here today.
It is my pleasure.
It's great to have you here. Before we jump back into that, I think we might want to go to the phones. So why don't we go do that?
Let's do that.
Mr. B? Okay, we've got, yay, that's a, hey,
Just
do you,
as I was
do you know what they say about sneezes?
It's good luck.
They talk about that as a spirit.
Oh, I thought it was good luck.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one up my nose.
You
better not stay there.
You got one in here.
I don't
now.
appreciate that while I'm on the air.
We got something going on in here.
It's Casper.
Right? Yeah. What are you doing up there? Naomi, welcome to the show, and you are our winner.
Yeah, you're our winner. So don't hang up after Michael's finished with you, okay, Naomi?
Okay, I won't.
Sweet. Welcome to the show. How can
Thank you.
How can we help you today?
I just wanted a reading. Hello to you, Dr. Pat and Michael.
Hello,
Sweet.
how you doing?
I'm sorry?
I said sweet. He said,
how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
That's
I'm
good.
doing very well.
That's great. All right, go ahead. Let me see if I can help you today.
Okay, thank you. It's the new boyfriend, really.
Okay.
This has me in a tizzy.
Yeah.
Really.
I'm not even a psychic, and I can tell you you're in a tizzy. You know, I'm going to let Michael go, and then I can give you my 2 cents if you like. Go ahead, Michael.
Could you define the tizzy, please?
I haven't really been in a relationship with anyone in over 30 years. So there's a lot of emotional stuff that's coming up with this, like abandonment issues, and I'm trying to work on those, but he's got his own set of issues, and just trying to feel my way through this and listen and try and hear what I need to do. I just feel like I'm out of sorts. You know, I feel like I'm just sometimes I feel like this relationship is messing with my spiritual journey or whatever, but I know it's not. It's only enhancing the other part of me. But it just has me so baffled and so confused.
Well, do not let these issues of the past interfere with your future with this individual, because the master teacher that works with relationships the most is actually 2, and that is Kuan Yin and Master Emil. They work with a beautiful vibration, and they always say encourage relationship. And you can chase yourself out of this relationship from the fears that are coming up within you when really you could have a very beautiful life with this individual for the remainder of your life together, and be happy and travel and be one together and enjoy each other and appreciate each other's presence with one another. And if you get caught in these inconsistencies of the past, such as insecurity, abandonment, lack of love or the expression of it, fears that come up, you're going to find yourself going another 30 years by yourself. And you don't want to create that, because this individual is what we would call a twin flame, someone that's destined to be with you. Okay? Now, this person has issues as well. Well, that's not unusual, okay?
No, we all do.
But you have an opportunity, just by talking on the phone today with Dr. Pat and myself, to receive a healing so you can understand and strengthen what's going on, so you can express that healing and pass it on to your mate, you see? And it's like a domino effect. You start feeling better, and then all of a sudden, they may not know why, but they start feeling better too, more comfortable. Right. What do you say about that, Dr. Pat?
Yeah, what I say about, here's what do you want me to just give you a little bit of information, what I picked up here, Naomi?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I think. You said something very telling to me, and boy, I learned this lesson a long time ago. You said something like, I think that, I think you said I think he's messing with my spirituality. Did you say that? I believe you said that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I have one question. How is he doing that?
It just feels like, for me, because I can get in such an emotional state, it feels like I'm not listening. I'm not hearing what the masters and everybody is saying to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it's my issue, and I'm working on that.
Well, I don't know. It's your issue. Don't beat yourself up. Don't jump to that so quickly. I don't think it's your issue. I'll tell you what I think. I think you're highly intuitive. I think you know that this ain't the one. And I think you know that you know better than to let somebody mess with your spirituality. And when you ask your question, how does this relationship feel, light or heavy? What do you get?
It feels light. It feels like this is where I need to be and where I want to be.
Great. So I'm going to ask you a different question. You ready?
Okay.
How does it feel for you to stand up for yourself in this relationship, light or heavy?
Light.
Okay. So then what stops you from creating this relationship in a way you want?
Me. Me. It's just, it's all about me. I'm
okay.
Honest.
Yeah, I think it's good.
It's me. I know it.
Well, it takes two people to have a relationship. So I want to just say that for you. And when you get two people together, it's like any two things that you get together. You rub two sticks together, what you get. So what it is it is the combination of you both and the energy that happens when two people, right, Michael? It's an energetic force.
Yeah, you can't.
You're not just dealing with yourself.
It takes two batteries to run the remote.
It does. That's right. Okay, so my last question, and then we're going to pop off. What do you want to do about it?
I want to really solidify this relationship and really get into it emotionally, to drop all my crazy baggage and see this for what it is. I know it's a gift. There's no qualms in my mind.
Yeah.
It's just settling myself down.
Yeah.
And enjoying the gift.
Yeah. Let me tell you, if your baggage ain't Gucci, throw it out. Okay?
And I also would suggest that you get into these feelings and these emotions and begin that healing process.
Yeah.
I
think she should do a session with you, though.
Oh, right.
I think she should. Naomi, I think you should do a session with Mychael, and the reason being, you might want to give their toll-free number when I'm done, because if you want to get rid of baggage, which is energy for the most part, you want to get rid of it quickly. I don't think you're up to 10 years of therapy like I did. No. No. No.
This isn't anything that's going to go very long.
So, Naomi, I think, Benny, you've got Naomi's information. Okay, Naomi, don't hang up, okay? I think we're going to, let's skip the next break and let's go right to Jackie here if we could. All right, Jackie, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Michael, how are you? How are you today, Michael?
I'm never better.
Cheryl, how are you doing?
I'm great.
All right. We're good. How can we help you today?
I love all of you, and Benny too.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm really, I guess I think I really put this on the back burner because I wasn't allowing myself to go into this. But right now, the baby seals are being bludgeoned to death in Canada.
Yep,
and,
I know. I did a whole show and campaign with Nigel Barker on that.
Oh, I missed that.
Mm-hmm.
And also our wolves, all over, not our wolves in Washington State. Thank God not yet. Hopefully we got to just keep moving the petitions and speaking our voice. I haven't allowed myself to go there emotionally because I realize it would just cripple me. Mm-hmm. And I know that it doesn't help them. It doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve, and it's interesting, the topic of ghosts. And I had a flash this morning of seeing the babies immediately leave their body when they're bludgeoned to death and feeling the pain of their mothers, witnessing that. And then the wolves as well. Mm. So I guess I'm wanting some help with that, Michael.
This is a very touchy subject because with you, it's connecting to your deeper of emotions. You're looking at a beautiful creature, a creature of God that is experiencing a demise that is barbaric. But in truth, if you look back at yourself and go deeper into your past, you'll find that it's a reflection of you. Meaning, not that you are going out doing this to creatures and people or whatever. It's happened to you somewhere in your life or in a past life of sorts that something like that has happened that you experienced that created an element of residue or anger, guilt, fear, sadness, and in this case, most likely terror. And so it connects to your emotions, and you see these things happening in the now, and you don't know what to do about it. Well, the first thing what you do about it is you find what is within yourself that's causing this to affect you so much. And once you get to that level, then you can start help healing the situation at hand. What would be your suggestion, Dr. Pat?
I think that what you're experiencing is a level of empathy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right, Jackie?
Yes,
okay.
yes. And psychically, I'm just feeling the oneness, of that, and I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Michael, what you're saying there as well. And I think because like I said, I haven't allowed myself to go there, but in my strong times, I've developed psychically a process where I could energetically send protection and not be affected myself. I think I just, I guess being in the human experience, it all of a sudden is very surprising to feel the humbleness of, but like you said, Dr. Pat, it's the empathy, incredible empathy and compassion for and sadness in our planet, that there are those humans that are still stuck in that lower vibration and not feeling their heart, and that's really the hunger that all of us have. And I guess that's my struggle, is how, do we help the, beings, the mass consciousness to ascend, to be one in the heart and not, affected by the kind of like the brainwashing and the trances that go on here.
Do you want my answer to that?
Yes.
Okay. My answer is it's all part of the mix. It's all part of the mix. And one of the things I've come to know over time is that There are things that go on into the world, and you scratch your head and you say, oh, my gosh, I don't understand why corrective rape is going on in Africa. Corrective rape, by the way, in case you've not heard the term before, Jackie, that's when lesbians in Africa come out, and the way to cure them is to rape them until they're no longer lesbians. Now, that in itself is a problem, but the real problem is it really gives a bypass for raping women, period. I mean, the first thing, all you need to say is, oh, we thought you was a lesbian, there you go. But there are reasons for this, and this is really the consciousness of this is that we all have empathy, and that the people like Nigel Barker who have gone and done a complete expose on the SEALs, if you could find a place in your consciousness with all of that empathy to understand that empathy leads to movement, then you will find a way to take the emotional place that you're at now and turn it into action on behalf of those things. And I think that's really understanding that this is part of the mix of it. Because without exposure right now to what goes on with the SEALs or Africa, and what's happening with the wolves is just, it's unconscionable. But to know that, here's the gift in it. You get to do something about it.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly that. And it's the same as a topic of ghosts and what both of you were discussing. And if the ghost shows up, then it's asking, well, why is this being showing up? Oh, they forgot to go home. I'm to help them. Or maybe they're here to reflect it within me, like Mychael said, something deeper within me that needs to be healed and loved. And,
Right.
But you're absolutely right. Thank you, because I'm feeling the lift now and I feel, and when you said that, Dr. Pat, I saw like an ocean wave of just the empathy all around the planet, just washing it away.
And that's what you want to hold. But what you want to make sure you do, Jackie, is have that empathy with some healthy boundaries around it. Because what you don't want to happen is to be victim of a psychic vampire attack.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you want to take your empathy is a beautiful gift from spirit. And you want to take that empathy and let it accelerate your life, not diminish it. You see? Right, Mychael?
Yes.
I agree. And now that we have moved and shifted into the feminine energy anyway, this is going to be changing in the first place. So things are getting better regardless what we may perceive. And we'll know more of that as time progresses.
Well, I want to thank you, Jackie, for being a beautiful light.
Oh, thank you all for all of your beautiful light. To Cheryl and Mychael and Dr. Pat and Benny, all of you, and you always just give such beautiful love and vibration on the planet. Thank you so much for your wonderful work.
You're welcome, Jackie. And what you might want to do, Jackie, is we're going to give out Michael's phone number in a minute, and also some information about an event he's doing. And, there are lots of ways for you to get some healing and some protection around your energy field for this. Thank you, Jackie.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Let's take a minute, if we could. Wow, we have some great listeners, don't we?
We do.
Yeah. Yeah, did you get that juiciness from Naomi?
I did.
I know, she's like a happy girl. Let's take a minute and give out some information about one of your upcoming events that you're doing. Mychael, Cheryl, who wants to do that?
Well, sure. Just to let everyone know, here in the greater Puget Sound area, we have this fantastic event coming up at the Triway Grange in Mill Creek. It's this Saturday, the 13th. The doors open at 6:30, and Mychael is going to debut this beautiful healing gift that the masters have just given him. Plus, we're going to do apports, bring gifts through from spirits. So sure like to see everybody come out and join us. If you'd like more information, just give us a call at 1-800-508-6437. Or you can log into our website at www.mychaelshane.com. That's MYCHAEL Shane.com.
And give out that phone number one more time so people can find out more about the upcoming event and register. Give out that phone number again that they should call. Yeah.
1-800-508-6437.
And is there information on the website about the event and where it is? And Mill Creek is up by Bothell.
Yes.
North of Bothell, actually.
North.
North something of Bothell.
It's just past the I-5 405 interchange there.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
There you go.
Very nice. So, Mychael, in kind of wrapping up, boy, we're having fun, aren't we?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
That's why I like driving over here in the rain. It's exciting to be here.
It is exciting to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my feeling this morning.
I would like to add
Yep.
also in regards to these spirits, I have encountered spirits that are cranky, and they'll stay that way until you listen to them. And if you do have a spirit that's manifested in your house and you want someone to come and take care of that spirit and put it into the light, you can get a hold of the Ascension Foundation at 800-508-6437. And I have been doing this for over 23 years and have had a lot of beautiful success in putting these beautiful creatures back to where they need to be in the light, these beings of light, which is all what we are.
Yeah.
It's a really big opportunity because it's almost like having a weight lifted off of your shoulders because now you can sleep.
Well, one of the things I want to be really clear about is, we were giving you a couple of examples here where, we've seen them, but you don't have to see them. This is an energy.
You can feel them.
You can feel it. And so I want to put this kind of another way. One of the things I want to say is that if you sense there's an energy in your home or your office that you don't want there or you want help moving it on, you want to call Mychael for that as well. We do a lot of work these days in new homes, and we go in and we bless them and we move things along. So, this isn't the kind of thing where you have to see something. If there's an energy in your home or your office or something that doesn't feel like an energy that you want. And Mychael can come out and help you with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be more than happy to do that.
Okay. You excited about the event this weekend?
I am. Are you going to come as a guest?
I'm doing my best. Doing my best to get up there. It's right up the road from me. And I think that for a lot of folks listening, you also do regular healing sessions. Tell folks a little bit about that.
Well, I do a process that was taught to me by Master Buddha while I was sitting on a boat in Honolulu Harbor for a year. It's called Crystallite Energy Healing, where I take Tibetan bowls, crystals, essential oils, some of which have been designed or made by the Ascended Masters to help release anger, guilt, fear, sadness, the residues that we hold on to, and also to uplift the vibration of our health and our existence. So it's a beautiful experience. It also aligns the chakras and the 7 bodies that we hold with us. I do also past life regression and readings, and we also do what we call a private, where you can speak to the Ascended Masters one-on-one in a kind of a seance type setting where you come in by yourself. Let's talk about spirits, right?
Yeah.
And ask Saint Germain or Lady Nada or one of them a question directly. It's a beautiful experience. And again, if you wish to get a hold of the Ascension Foundation and Mychael Shane, 1-800-508-6437.
Excellent. Very exciting stuff. We got some really cool things coming up. And Mychael, tell them about your show, when your show's on, or Cheryl, when Mychael's show's on.
Yep, we appear on the 3rd and 4th Monday of every month, and we're on at 11 a.m. Pacific. 2 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah, and that's on TransformationTalkRadio.com, KKNW, AM 1150, and WBLQ as well, right across the horn. And all of you listening from your television to the show, that's through our affiliate, CRN. Thanks to those folks. They're awesome.
And we are also offering, for those people that call in on my show,
on the show,
a free half-hour reading or crystallite energy healing.
Sweet.
For anyone that calls in.
Perfect. Yep. So make sure you guys know that you are really shining lights in the world. All of you that are listening to the show, those folks that called in, Naomi, as well, Jackie. You're beautiful, beautiful lights. I mean, this level of talk radio that WBOQ, KKNW, CRN, all of these folks, all of the affiliates everywhere else you're listening, this is an amazing venue. And so many of us are so honored to be in your homes, your living rooms, your cars, your iPods, your iPads, who knows what else now. And we want to thank you for all that you do in the world and all that you bring. Thank you guys for tuning us in, turning us on. We'll see you next time on the Dr. Pat Show or the Mychael Shane Show.
You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio. Our hosts are setting a new standard for a fresh kind of talk radio, creating conversations that are transforming the world, one listener at a time. Transformation Talk Radio's mission is to broadcast a distinct blend of live talk radio interviews with a mix of uplifting and intelligent news, educational and practical information. Topics range from personal development to critical issues relevant to a rapidly changing world. Stay tuned. Transformation Talk Radio starts at the top of every hour.
Stop. Get out of that car. Stop living your life in the passenger seat. Tune in to TransformationTalkRadio.com and let us help you drive.
I've heard people say that too much of anything is not good for you, baby. But I don't know about that.
Love is officially in the air. Transformation Talk Radio and the Dr. Pat Show is showing you love all year long, not just for Valentine's Day. Dr. Pat, known for her Pay It Forward manifesto, is now joined by the hosts on Transformation Talk Radio. I'm in love, baby, with Transformation Talk Radio. Tune in to TransformationTalkRadio.com. Amazing hosts, incredible guests. Get your groove on. Feel the love, be the love.
Can't get enough of your love, babe. Lord, some things I can't get used to.
There's a great hunger in this world for new lines of thought, because everywhere you look, they say that joy can just be bought. So please come and set aside some time to relax from frenetic. Transform your life. It takes a while, but results are magnetic. We aim to grasp the best in life and track the ways we grew. The how, the why, the what, wherefore, all this we share and do. But every now and then, we hope that you will share right back. Transformation Talk Radio wants you to hop on track. So calling all hosts, tall and small, of every size and hue, there's nobody we'd rather have to tell your tale than you. And if you have a tale to tell of how your life is changing, we'd love to hear you on the line say how you're rearranging. So run, don't walk to call us now. We'll set you up and show you how.
Hi, this is Dr. Pat. Join our radio family. Send us an email, host@transformationtalkradio.com, or call 1-800-930-2819. Host your own show. Let us help you bring your voice to the world.